Somebody's already letting people in. Very
Sure.
good. And I see Jens is here. Hey, Jens.
Jen's made it.
He did.
Sweet. Come on, Jen. You've had a long week. And it's Wednesday. Quick,
Looks
kid.
like looks like he's driving.
Okay.
He may or may not be able to talk to us. So
All right. Welcome back. Come on in. Come on in. Come on
There,
in.
I
It
think
is
it's unmuted.
there you are. Hey, Jens.
Hi.
Are you going to work or are you done with
Uh,
work?
well, I left one. I've got to go to the feed mill now.
Okay.
One thing for another.
I'm so glad you made it today. I'm
Yes.
excited. I'm excited because when I saw your video just briefly, I saw one little snapshot of posture and I'm like, he's going to love this. This
Oh,
is
good.
so up your alley. Yes, really
Yes.
good. So hang tight. Um, all right. Welcome, welcome. It is day 3 of the half second faster posture challenge. How many of you came to my class this morning? If I was looking at the numbers correctly, we had record attendance, muscle activation coaching at 9 a.m. We had a lot of people take advantage of that free pass so that you could come see how we are changing our posture. How many people were in that class today? Talk to me
hey,
real quick. What'd you learn?
do you want somebody to unmute?
Yes.
Jolene said she was there.
Jolene, talk to me because you've been in that class since the beginning and
Sure.
you have the best results of any of us and you
Well,
have data
because
to
I'm
back it up.
tracking them. Yeah, I'm tracking them.
So,
So yeah, I started in let's see, November 4th, and
mhm.
I haven't been able to make every single class because work gets in the way sometimes. But since I've been going to class, Thomas has actually taught me how to properly strengthen my glutes, use the correct muscles. And before that, I was going through those motions, on my own, and it was causing a lot of pain. So his on the spot adjustments have helped me build my strength, improve my balance. So, and on top of that, the data does not lie. I've actually lost 11 pounds based on this body measurement scale that I've been using.
Mhm.
And that's just from when I
That's
started this
incredible.
class, 2 to 3 days a week. Okay. My resting heart rate has come down, and that's a positive thing. I've lost 11% of body fat, and gosh, there's just
That's
so many positive things that have happened as
11
a side effect.
11 pounds and 11% of body fat. So that sounds to me, because those are significant numbers. That sounds like something you would have to do every day for like 6 months. That's what
Yeah, and I
that's
don't
what
want to
I
do
would
that.
assume. I don't either. And how are you tracking that again? How do
Yeah.
you track your progress?
Yeah, so I've got my Apple Watch, and then I also have a body measurement scale.
Hmm.
There's lots of different brands that you can get for that, but it allows me to go ahead and say from this date to this date, let me see my progress. And what's happened is I'm losing even visceral fat, which is the fat that's around the organs that are a lot harder to lose, and I'm gaining. So like I've lost 5 pounds of visceral fat since we've started this, and
Crazy.
I'm gaining lean muscle. So that's all very, like, I'm moving in a very healthy direction for myself. And as a result, I'm building my strength. I'm feeling more clear. I have more energy. So there's a lot of great side effects to this. And I don't feel like I am exerting myself so much like I would probably on my own at the gym for the
Hmm.
cost that is less than a California gym membership per month. So
Hmm.
I'm thrilled.
Well, this morning, I think Coach Thomas made a really good point because it is a workout, guys. It's very slow, methodical movements. There are short intervals of some intensity, but you get to go at your own pace. It's not a competition. It's very individual. But he said at the end of class, he said, now in the reality of it, there's not one of us that's so winded we can't talk right now and have a conversation. I'm personally not going to sign up for that kind of workout. for that fitness program. And admittedly, I didn't care enough about my own posture or my own health to do it for myself. I'm not that noble. I did it because I started understanding this is going to help me ride every horse better. This is going to help me get back in the top 15, and praying it helps me get the world title that I've like dreamed of since I was a kid. Jolene, you're not getting to ride as much as you typically do, and you don't really run barrels, but you put your horse through extreme, like real life or death situations with mounted patrol. It is a very serious job with your horse. Have you been able to connect the dots from MAC class to the saddle?
Yes. So, what's really interesting is I have actually, so we do a lot of very high sensory things. I just went through, just a bit ago, before I started this class, we did, our annual qualifications, and, everything that I've learned through Stall High has really helped with that. Sorry, there's sirens in the background. Hopefully that's not overshadowing my voice here. So what I see has improved since, and this is something I did not expect, is my horse and I are having such a very strong connection at Liberty. I just cannot even believe it. I'm not even touching her when I'm walking her back and forth to her stall, and she's staying connected and with me.
Mhm.
That connection is not breaking like it was before. So that's something totally unexpected. Also, I feel more connected and grounded and in a more correct neutral posture when and actually I haven't even been in the saddle with her. I've been bareback and feeling very confident and strong, no longer collapsing at my rib cage and the things I was struggling so hard to get right, but I still, like, I was forcing it. And now there's more of a natural, correct posture happening.
It's so wonderful. I'm feeling that in myself as well. The connection, I didn't even realize I had so many disconnects until things started to the signals started to become more clear. And I learned how to maintain correct posture. I learned how to activate muscles and like physically feel the difference. And it makes an impact on like my mental clarity, um, my my ability to assess things and be clear-headed, especially on stressful days. And I notice specifically my gray mare Jolene, she's been the one that can be either real standoffish or real sensitive. Um, I see a noticeable change in her disposition. It's getting even better. So I'm so glad that you're part of the journey, both with what we've built previously with Stall High and now muscle activation class. And I'm so thankful that you have been documenting, and you have data to prove how MAC is working, how muscle activation coaching is working, because it's hard to understand. It's a new word. I'd never heard of muscle activation before we started Stall High. I didn't know how much it could help me in the saddle. I didn't know how much horses would appreciate it, how much more they would appreciate me changing myself. So kudos to you, lady. Thanks for being part of this. It's good stuff. Anybody else? Did you come to MAC class today and you were surprised? Were you surprised? Did you have an eye opener? Are you starting to connect the dots like, ooh?
I came today for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. I was a little worried that it's been a while since I've been very active with exercise. I mean, I'm active in my lifestyle, obviously, load and feed and hay and things like that, but I know those are different muscles. And I was very proud of the fact that I didn't give up at first, because one time I was like, okay, this is really bothering my shoulders, but it was not that it was bothering my shoulders as much as it was I was making myself push harder. So I really enjoyed it.
Was it helpful at the end of class when Thomas did troubleshooting for people who
Yes.
had pain and pops?
It really was. I have some issues sometimes with my left leg, the one that got messed up in the motorcycle accident, but
Mhm.
it's that my ankle doesn't bend all the way like it should. So sometimes that hampers me just a little bit, especially in the stirrup sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to moving a little bit better into the mobility issue with my ankles. But that did
Mhm.
help a lot just listening to other people.
Good. I'm glad you made it. We look forward to having you in class as a regular. Come on in.
And
Yeah,
Coach
I'm
Thomas
looking forward
just
to it.
joined us.
Okay. Say that again, Sherry.
Coach Thomas just joined us.
Coach Thomas, how are you feeling? Thomas Jones, everybody, our muscle activation coach. Did
Sorry,
you
I had to
enjoy
go
class
on.
today?
Yeah, I enjoyed class. I missed the first 10 minutes. Hopefully, it was nothing but good stuff said.
It was always good. So what was your favorite part of my class today?
Helping people, like always.
If you could explain muscle activation in 30 seconds for people who maybe didn't get to come this morning, how
So,
would you describe it?
the best way I would describe it is we get stuck in movement instead of intentional movement. And when we get stuck in movement, we can just go with the flow of life and expect everything to happen for us. Whereas I make you do real intention with every movement, which activates muscles. But let's
Mhm.
say that you are activating, or you think you're activating your muscles. So you have these eyes right here to really pinpoint down on, are you actually doing it? Or is your body telling you something that you're not, that your brain's not?
Correct. And that's actually, I have yet to see anyone come into your assessments or into my class that didn't have some disconnects. We lose our baseline. Most of us are living, riding, and competing with disconnects within our central nervous system, and we're not even aware of it. But when you start to see, and you have a coach who can help you on a consistent basis to identify those, it is liberating. It's liberating to realize what you are capable of that you didn't realize before. I didn't realize it before. So we're glad you joined us. Thomas, if you can stay with us, please chime in. Sherry, please show the belt buckle. Somebody's going to win a trophy buckle this week for doing the horse work. And I love the horse work. You guys are killing it.
I'm going to try and spotlight it and see if I can get people a good shot of it. It's beautiful. It's got some turquoise.
It's upside down.
Oh.
Nick caught it.
Thanks, Nick. So yes, it's really pretty. There's some pretty turquoise down here at the side, and I love the buckle.
How do y'all win the buckle? You might be asking. Go to, and you can take a screenshot of this. There's a little website on the corner of this poster. Your horsework assignment is at newleaderlive.com. Somebody's going to win this red Christmas cowhide handbag, this cool little clutch. This is second place. Somebody's going to win the buckle this week. Go there for your assignment when this challenge is over today. It's really simple. I'm also going to have a bonus assignment inside this live challenge. So y'all get ready. You're going to pay close attention today to this horse. I'm on a 3-year-old. He is an own son of the horse called The Animal. How many of you follow rope stallions? He's a cool dude. You're going to screenshot him moving. You're going to screenshot and study how he changes as I change my hips and as I change my tack today. We've got a lot of stimulation going on. There's dogs barking. There's people coming at, back and forth down the street. So this is going to be a fun day, y'all. It feels like Friday, but it's only Wednesday. Sherry, I also want you to share more about how we use this Stride data device at Stall High, because it's not just a new riding style. It's not just because it feels good. It's not just because it looks good. Yes, you can see the difference with your human eye, but we now have technology that proves the difference it makes. It proves just how much we are lengthening a horse's stride. It proves things like balance, front, back, side to side, left and right. And that's based on how we're riding, how we're activating our muscles or not. If we're riding in compensation patterns, whether you're aware of it or not, you probably are. And it helps us really track what's making a difference. How are we getting the progress? So we're not just stabbing at the dark in the dark, and we're not relying on traditional methods, which has primarily just been the clock. We've lived by the clock. Well, that's what's winning. Yes, but at what cost? How much do those horses cost? What are they spending to maintain them? How long are they going to last? The horse is the one paying the real price because they're paying with a pound of flesh. And mentally, like what are they going through? And there are some exceptions to the rule, right? There are some freaks of nature, human and four-legged athletes. There's some athletes out there that can just make it happen despite odds stacked against them. But if you look at the norm, if you look at the majority of the population of horses in barrel racing, most of them are not doing so well. Do y'all agree? Most barrel racers and most barrel horses are struggling. Do y'all see that? If you assigned it to a percentage, I personally think it's about 97% of the barrel racing population, the competitors and their horses. They're not consistent. They're not having fun. And it's slippery at best. What do y'all think? Type in the comments for me. What do you think the odds are that people are actually doing well and that horse is happy, healthy, and sustainable?
I think they're getting their fingers warmed up. Somebody says 10%. I
Okay.
agree. They are not consistent.
Okay. Anybody else seeing anything I'm not? You see something different out there?
2%.
You think 2% are doing well or only 2% are struggling? I see the majority struggling. Terry?
Struggling. Percent are doing well.
Uh-huh. Pull up some data, please.
Sure.
We want to see through Sherry's eyes for a minute. How are we proving our riding style and this new style improving muscle activation at Stall High?
Okay.
Would you mind? I'm going to hold this and there's someone honking.
There we go. So these are two of the students in the Stride Data Device class, which is about 6 weeks long, where we work with assessing posture and making changes. And it is a process. So, you know, it's something that you've got to be committed to and that you're willing to do that extra for your horse because balance is so important. And I always said, you know, I grew up riding basically on a ranch and, I was taught to ride centered. Well, what I didn't realize is centered is not necessarily balanced. Compensation patterns that, we're learning more from Coach Thomas on. So Maria, back in November, the reading that I pulled from her, this device goes in the girth of the horse. So it gives you the balance front to back and left to right. So the longitudinal one, her first one was 2.7 to the back. So she was riding pretty heavy to the back. And then her lateral balance, which is right to left, is 1.4 to the right. So she was riding heavy to the right. And so like we talked about, when you're coming into your barrel, if that's your first barrel and you're riding heavy to the right, what do you think that's going to do to your run? And we're seeing that's why people are either coming in too close or they're hitting the barrels because our balance is off. So in December, she made progress and went from 2.7 to the back to 0.4 to the front. So she's going to still work on that and move that closer to 0, or because we want them using their hind end, we really like to target between 0 to 1 to the back. So that's one that she's still working on, but that's huge progress that she was riding heavy and she was almost near 0 on that. And then the really exciting one is from the lateral balance, the 1.4 to the right to 0. She was perfectly centered. So I know most people don't get excited about this, but in the Stride Data Device class, we only have a few people that they're in the 0 club, that they've actually nailed balanced. And so I call it the 0 club, and there's only 4 of us in it that have made it either on the front to back. Nobody's hit it perfectly on both of them yet, but some have hit it on the front to back, and some of us have hit it right to left, and I'm one of them. I'm so excited. So Maria was super excited. that has been a journey for her. She put a lot of time and a lot of effort into correcting and working with us to identify that just so
Mhm.
that she can be better for her horse. And then the next one up was Brooke. For some reason it's moving kind of slow today. All right, Brooke in September came in at 1.9 to the front. I'm just going to jump back over to and keep there. In November, she put 1.6 to the back. She's gonna work on that, getting that closer to 1, but getting from front to back is huge. And so that was a big accomplishment there. But I get
Mhm.
really excited about the right to left when I see 3.1 to the right. And I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but that's in the yellow zone. And so that's a big variance. And one of my other members of the Zero Club, she nailed it and got perfectly balanced right to left. So super excited. And that was really her goal. She was only working on fixing that. So that's what we got. We had to have a little celebration for that one.
It's such a powerful tool because up until now, right, it's been primarily tradition that's been passed down. It's been either popular belief, opinion based, or what's worked on the clock. But again, if we only use the clock, if we only use the horse's speed or the rider's speed that can get a horse to the pattern, is that the truest form of the test? For me, it's not. It's kind of like the water pump in the trailer discussion that we talked about yesterday. If I just continue to run the water out and there's, a leak in my trailer, I'm going to have to replace that pump on a regular basis. I personally don't want to have to replace my horses on a regular basis. I don't want to replace my body parts on a regular basis. Some of our riders here have already gone through hip replacements, knee replacements, shoulder replacements, shoulder surgeries. I'm 52 now. I'm cognizant that that is the direction I was heading. Now that I'm learning to make changes, ride differently, activate my muscles differently, use my muscles differently, change my posture, how I ride. It has been a tremendous upgrade in how I think and how I move in the saddle. And we're going to talk about it today. I put some stickers on my jeans. We're going to talk about hips. There is so much horsepower hiding in your hips. I personally didn't know this, but I'm learning it now. Here's my little chart down here at the bottom, because this week we've talked about your head, your ribs, your shoulders. We talked about your feet yesterday. Today we're going to take a look at how the way you move your hips can either shorten your horse's stride or increase their stride. Y'all like the little pink buckle I put on my hula cowgirl? Wink, wink. Shout out to Pink Buckle. I'm going to start on this horse, Sancho. He's got white polo wraps in the back and he's got red reflectors on. Your assignment is to take screenshots. I'm going to ride first in the stall highway. I'm going to be cognizant of how I'm moving my hips. If you came to MAC class today, okay, and you started listening to Coach Thomas talk about how to activate your glutes, we worked on spinal rotation and not allowing your shoulders to compensate to make that twist happen, and not allowing your hips to do it, but actually moving your spine. And I don't know how you said it, Thomas. You said it in a way that like really made us all stop and think like, wait a minute. If your spine does not have that much rotation, who's turning the barrel? Your horse is having to compensate for your lack of rotation in your spine. Think about that for a minute. So I'm going to be isolating my hips differently. I'm going to be activating my glutes. I'm going to be activating more of my quads, what's called the gluteal cleft. And I want y'all to take screenshots. Later on, you're going to study side by side what this new style of riding looks like, and then what it looks like to ride the way we've all been taught, and the way that's primarily still being taught today, which we're going to refer to as Betty Racer style. So let me step up on Sancho really quick. And I want y'all not to only to describe what you see in this horse, but I want you to take screenshots. Good boy. You're tall, dude. Big head horse. Good boy. All right. Jerry, I like how you talked about, like when you were taught as a kid, you were always taught to check your saddle horn first and make sure your buckle was centered.
Yes.
For a lot of years, I just thought I was handy enough. I didn't have to do that. I would just step on right off. I'm much more careful these days and cognizant. And then I'm able now to keep my saddle centered. I was aware probably over the past 10 or 12 years, I started to become aware that my saddle would slip all the time to the left. And I'd be riding horses around, just training horse after horse after horse. I'd grab that saddle horn and just yank it to the right, yank it to the right, constantly pulling it back to the right. Anybody else? Did you just wake up like, oh, I've never really thought about it until you said it right now, Kendra, but now that you mention it, I'm having to center my saddle a lot. What side does your saddle slip to? The left or the right? Why do you think that is? Have you ever really thought about it? Why would you go out and just continue to spend more money on horses and pain relief? Again, nothing wrong with that. But if you're riding unaware that you're the bottleneck, or you're the one causing the pain or the discomfort, doesn't it make more sense to fix yourself first? Even just as a business decision, I think that makes more sense. What are you looking at there, buddy? Look, he's looking at our setup over there like, what in the world do y'all have going on? Good boy. Go over there, look at it. He said, no, I was just standing there. Hang on, Nick. Let's try to move slow around him. Thank you. I'll give him a minute to acclimate. Let's see. He said, it's the Betty saddle, Kendra. You're going to ride in it next, buddy. All right. Boy. All right. Now, start to describe what you see, guys. He's fresh today. I'm just stepping on him cold. What do you notice in this big 3-year-old gelding? Look at the little red reflectors on the back polo wraps.
There's a pretty good glare on you, Kendra. I don't know.
There's a glare on me.
Yeah.
I need to be in the middle. Okay.
Yeah. If you can stay more in, it might help, buddy.
So when we think about our hips, how balanced are our hips? How much movement do we have in our hips? Are our hips stuck, or have you actually been taught to sit quiet, to sit deep? I know we've all been scolded or yelled at some point to sit down at a barrel.
We
If
still
your
have the
ribs
glare.
are locked, still
I
have the
don't know.
glare.
Yeah, I don't know
Okay,
if Nick needs
maybe
to
if you
do
stay on this side and I'll stay in front of you that way, will that make it any better? No? We have a really cloudy day today, guys. So I think that glare is it's darker in the arena. So there's more glare. You want to go outside? We can do that. Let's move to the outside. I thought because I was so comfortable and confident on a horse that my hips were fine. I didn't know I was capable of more range of motion. I didn't know how much that could increase a horse's stride and make their job easier. I didn't know how much more flexion it would put in their hock joints and other crucial joints. I didn't realize, Sherry, how much it would impact just their strike force, like how hard their hooves are hitting the ground. Now I know. Now I understand. Good. I think he likes it out here better, Nick. So if you'll stand still for me real quick, I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna walk, trot, and lope. You guys take multiple screenshots so you can watch this horse move, because you're gonna see a different horse here in a minute when I ride the traditional way, the Betty Barrel Racer way. Good boy. And if you're not comparing, it's real easy to miss it. Like you wouldn't know if you don't have a side by side comparison, if you don't have A/B test. You could just be riding and think, well, I look like everybody else out there. Why am I struggling so much? Why isn't my horse responding? I know my horse could be faster, but why are we stuck in the 4D? Ooh, good. Watch him turn around, guys. Start describing him to me. What do y'all see? What do you see in this big 3-year-old? How far are his back legs moving up under him?
He's reaching to his center, Sarah says.
Good. Good eye,
Okay.
Sarah.
Kay says not very, very far at all. Easing over, great tracking.
Where's his head?
Tracking, smooth head level. He looks comfortable and at peace and at ease.
Good,
Head
good,
down.
good. Let me go the other way.
His head was in line with his back.
Good.
That Sarah's looking that there was no hollow back.
No hollow back. That's good, 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 good. Rounded back is a sign that they are using both sides of their brain. They have more spinal fluid coming up and down, front to back in their spinal column. When their back is hollow, when their head comes up and their neck hollows out as well, that's a sign of fight, flight, survival mode. How many of you learn well and can concentrate when you're stressed in fight, flight? You're just thinking about survival.
Kay says not me.
Me either. Good. Good. Now I'm going to ride to and from. Ooh. Nick, if you'll stay in the middle, I'm going to ride to and from. And I want y'all to look at my stickers on my hips. Ooh. Nick, if you could try to hold your camera up.
And stand
Sherry,
more.
stand
more
in the
center.
middle. Sherry, what do you see? Am I centered or am I not?
We got Sancho's head in the way.
We got Sancho's head in the way.
Yes. There, I know Nick is tall.
Thank
There.
you, Nick.
What it looks like to me, and I don't know if Coach Thomas is on here too, is it looks like that left hip is higher than the right hip. Or no, right hip is higher. I'm looking at it backwards. So
Whoa, this is my right hip.
yes, that one's higher.
It feels lower to me.
Miss Thomas
So
still in?
that can be the false feedback. Like we think our body's doing one thing, but it's really not. So Nick, if you would walk behind so they can look at the stickers. Thomas, what do you see if you're still with us? Stand right behind me, Nick.
Okay,
Don't
he
mind.
says right hip up higher. Is that from the front or the back, Thomas? In the front, in the back left looks higher.
Okay.
Yep.
So there could be a rotation, right?
Yeah.
Happening. How is the seam of my jeans? Am I centered with my saddle, with the seam of my saddle and my horse?
We can't see your seam, so you might have to, well, if you
Can't
point
see
at
it.
it toward, yeah, it's gonna,
Nick, can you raise that camera for us?
I think it's more the color of your jeans that's,
Uh,
so we can't really see that.
can't see. I'll wear different jeans next time. These are things that we now check, y'all. Before we just in years past, I don't know how many races or rodeos I've left just beating myself up. Why can't I leave that second barrel standing? Why can't this horse get it together? Why doesn't anything go right for me? Like, why do I work so hard and I want it so bad and I get so close, but it slips right through my fingers? Y'all hear me? Anybody else there? Have you ever thought to check your hips?
Yeah.
Have
And
you
Coach
ever?
Thomas
Yes.
says he
Let's go get the
must
next one.
be losing his voice.
Okay.
The left anterior hip rotation and a right hip posterior rotation.
Mm-mm. This is why I have a team of coaches to help me really locate and correct what I'm not able to do on my own. Because I personally gave it a real good run. I gave him a good run at it. I raised my daughter in the back of a pickup truck, just coast to coast, spending a lot of money, and spent years and years chasing the gold buckle, trying to get to the finals. I could get in the top 15 WPRA standings, but I couldn't stay there for a whole season. And that was just it was very discouraging. It happened year after year after year. And God blessed me with one great horse in particular. I had some backup horses that pulled some weight as well. But I don't want to do that again. I don't think my mental health, my body, my bank account, I can't go like that like I did in years past. It got to a point where it was just ridiculous. And as my horse got older, it became painfully obvious, like it did not make financial sense to keep going at that rate. So very, very expensive to maintain and a whooping, like physically and mentally. So I'm going to ride in this saddle that we looked at a little bit yesterday. This was one of my failed prototypes when I went in search of a saddle maker who would make a saddle for me. Yes, it needs to fit my horses, but it also needs to fit me. This was one that they built with more of a dish, so it's scooped out right here so that you can sit down deeper. It's got a taller cantle. It's got a rise right here. This is what we now call a speed bump. Because if you look at it, this is a 14-inch saddle, but my hips don't have 14 inches to move. I'm held right here in this little trough, which is more like 5 inches. So I want y'all to think about your saddle that you're riding in, whether it's a 13, 14, 15, or 16. How much room do you actually have? Or do you have a speed bump in front of you preventing your hips from rolling forward? There are lots of other things that just didn't add up about this saddle. which is why I stayed on the quest. I had to keep going through saddle makers to finally listen to me. And now that we have the bullseye, what we call the 2.0, it's different. It's a different tree. It's a different support for me and my horses. All right. Who has questions so far based on what you're seeing? Is this helping you? Are you feeling better? Please stop beating yourself up mentally. Nick, would you mind holding him? Are these answering questions that you've had for a long time, but now you can finally like take a deep breath? It's not you, guys. It's not your fault. Talk to me. Can't be the only one.
Hey, Kendra.
Talk to me. Who's that?
It's Kaylin.
Hey, Lynn. Talk to me. Because you were on the struggle bus too.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I still have struggles, but they're not near as bad as they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I quit riding in May after the comeback challenge and didn't go
Yes.
back till November 1st. November 1st race was the first race that I came out of there not beating myself up, not crying. And, it was crazy. Everybody's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? How are you doing it? And I'm
Yeah.
like, and that's when I had the demo. And my friend, she's like, how did you go from this to this? I said, well, I've been working on me.
Yes.
And been telling them, hey, y'all need to check out Stall High. And of course, you get the rolling eyes and whatever. My mare has
Right.
not had any injections since I decided to do Stall High. The last injection she had was actually 2 years ago. And I thought
Mm-hmm.
about, because she's moving kind of funny, kind of short strided. And I thought, okay, here we go again,
Mm-hmm.
because she had that hip injury. But you know what? It wasn't her. It was me.
Yeah. And
And
once you know,
my
you
body
know.
mimics a lot like yours.
Mm-hmm. Here, kid.
And that left side, of course, I have my shim on my saddle pad now.
Yes.
And my
The stable ride.
stirrups, we have the little bit of, and she is working so amazing. And I'm telling you what, that little red rocket of mine is coming around so much faster.
Yeah.
Because it took me 5 years to get my mare to where she's at now. And with Doc, he was a clean slate. I've been only working on him for, about 30 days, about the same as Nike.
Yes.
And he's going to be fast. He's going to be quick. I have to get some videos to you of him.
Yes. Do it.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
I'm excited for you, Kay, and I'm excited that you immediately grasp what was happening here. You came into that first challenge and you're like, oh, whoa, yeah, that's I can see what's happening now. And you were willing to set competition aside for a minute to get in and start learning the new way. And you're part of MAC class. And what I love about you, Kaylin, is that you come to MAC class and work at the same time.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't always get to do the exercises with us because you're on your feet at work, but
Yeah.
you're listening and you're watching.
Yes, and now my fiance, which he's a disabled veteran who's in a motorcycle accident in June, has been watching and learning, because he's not a horse person. But now that the doctors have actually cleared him, he's going to join us in MAC class.
Sweet. Well, come on. What's his name?
Joe.
All right, Joe. We look forward to meeting Joe. All right. Kay, what do you see? Everybody else, start taking your screenshots. I'm riding in a more traditional barrel saddle.
Uh-uh.
What do
I
you
look
see?
about like my
What
mare
happened to
moving
this
up.
horse? What do y'all notice about him? What has changed?
I think his gait has changed. He's
In what
stepping a
way?
lot shorter. Stepping a lot shorter. He doesn't look as relaxed and happy as he did before. And he's swishing his tail now.
This is just traditional barrel training. Lifting the shoulder, putting the inside leg in them.
They're saying
That's not-
hesitant walk, not very happy, his head and his head length of stride and unhappy, doesn't want any part of this. Heads up, short stride. Another one saying he's unhappy.
Mhm.
Okay, let's kick him into a lope. Wrong lead.
He's really tucking up into himself and short stride. Tail is twitching. Looks irritated.
Now it looks like I have hip rotation, does it not? It looks like my hips are moving more. Are they?
So you're moving more.
Correct. But are my hips isolating from my shoulders? Can y'all see a difference in my body?
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you aren't trained to look at these things, you might just look and say, look at that barrel racer on that pretty Palomino. And look how pretty his mane is. But when you see through a different lens, you can't unsee it. You can't deny the change that it makes in their behavior, their stride, their posture, how they handle themselves. Now, this horse, even though he wasn't ideal starting out because he's fresh, like we saw him struggle a little bit. He's looking at all the poster boards and there's people driving in the ranch, honking their horn and the dog's barking. And my mother-in-law drives in on their little Kubota. Like there's a lot of stimulation this morning when we started this session. So at 3 years old, he's still watching. He's still attentive. He didn't start out perfectly, but can you see a noticeable difference? He's more warmed up now than when we started, but look at the difference. How many times have we looked at behavior like this and just gone and grabbed a tie down or gone to like shop for a new bit or draw reins because his head's high? And he's a pretty calm 3-year-old. Would y'all agree?
Mhm.
Imagine the difference it makes on a spicy horse, on one with a temper and a very like sensitive temperament disposition. Imagine how much more their head comes up when our hips are stuck. Come on, kid. We do the good old inside spur. Ask him to lope around. Wrong lead.
I think you might have been posting on the wrong diagonal. You should be there.
How many
Yeah, you're posting.
how many people are and don't know it?
Most of them. Most
So
of
it
them.
looks like I have hip rotation, guys, but I don't. My hips are locked, not just by this saddle, but also by the traditional techniques, the traditional training styles. Can y'all see
Mhm.
that? What do you
Oh,
see
yeah.
in his disposition and the way his legs are moving?
Stiffness and unhappiness. He's not relaxed and happy like he was before. And trying to think about what you wanted him to do next. Now he's just irritated about what you're asking him to do.
How many of you have a horse that you've been saying like, oh, they're irritated, or they're just moody, or they're just on the muscle? Does this make you rethink how they've been described and how they've been labeled? Was this a good demo? Everybody
Oh,
give
yeah.
Sancho a round of applause. And Nick, because he's having to run with the camera today. All right, let's talk about how we're going to end this session. I know we've got some video reviews today. Those of you who did the VIP upgrade and you send in your videos, Jens, if you're still here, I want to look at your video for sure. And talk about what are the next steps. Stay with us, guys. When you come into Stall High, and the easiest way to get started is in MAC class, muscle activation coaching. Come live, work out with us. I promise you can do it. It's not a competition. If there's any exercise that you can't do, that's okay. But we want you in there so that Coach Thomas can start to watch your posture and make personal recommendations on how to use your muscles differently that are going to make a difference to your horse. Here it is right here.
And Coach Thomas dropped the comment that he is trying to save his voice. And
Okay.
so back when you were writing your style and we were critiquing your hips, he said,
Yes.
and just to give a little exposure to the level of coaching that we get with Thomas, he said, Kendra, if your left hip is an anterior rotation, do the flat back I taught you in MAC, but only flat on the left side.
Oh my God. Yeah. Don't throw me for a loop on camera, Thomas. I got to think about that. So that goes back to Friday.
Yes.
Just learning, like layers of learning. It's a discovery process. How many blockages have I had in my own body? So I'm going to have to really marinate on that, Thomas, to be able to find that in my body, to feel it, and then send new information to my
Good
lower
goal.
left lumbar.
Yes.
It's good though. That's really good.
Yeah. And that's
Start
the level
here.
of coaching we get.
Everybody take a screenshot of this right here. We want you in MAC class. Here it is. Get started with this, which you cannot drive to town to a gym for this price. Can you? And work out 3 days a week. Now, I've personally tried memberships, gym memberships before, and I've paid personal trainers before. I never stuck with it. This is different. So this is a live class, 3 days a week. In addition, you get a free seat in our new Leader Live coaching call every Wednesday. That's when you get the barrel coaching included. We have made it a no-brainer. This is an introductory price. I recommend you grab it while it's here. Sign up at rodeoga.com. That is the shortest domain because macclass.com was not available. Okay, so just go to rodeoga.com, choose your level. You can start at $97 a month and stay with us every week. I promise you will have so many revelations about yourself and your horse and what's really been holding you back and how to make changes that matter and make changes that last, not just a quick hit, not just a quick subsidized sip of relief or like, oh yeah, that worked. But then it didn't work the next race or it didn't work the next ride. We're here for the long run and we want you to be also. Kelly, who's on review today? Can we start with Jens? Jens, are you driving? Are you at a place where you can talk to us?
I can
I'm going to
talk.
trade you. Take my phone. Okay. Let me pull up my phone really quick. Hold tight, guys. We're switching out. Okay.
And Kelly's
Tell me
still
about the paint horse.
The Paint Mary is a 3-year-old that I've started on the barrels, and we're going to be heading and healing on her more than anything.
Okay.
She's to be a futurity rope horse. So,
And what do you like most about her?
that she's patient for them. She's learned patience with me.
Okay.
She's a good traveling horse. She really moves out, and she's one that my dad would say one you want on the ranch because you can cover miles with her.
Ooh,
A lot of
this is
country.
good, Jens. I love this start to this conversation because my heart and our goal is to help you make this horse even better. It sounds like she's already got a really good head on her shoulders and a great stride, and she's a good riding horse. Let's see how much more we can make her even better. And I'm curious, are you up by Cree? Are you in the Panhandle?
No, I'm
Or-
in Poolville, just north of
You're close to
Weatherford.
me. Well, get your little
Yeah.
self over here because
The one
Sherry
I
and
need to bring and ride with you is I have a big sorrel mare that I need to come ride up there with. The one that I
Okay.
have tried to make the American on.
Okay. Well, get over here and let's put the stride device on so that we have proof in the pudding. Okay. In the data.
Yes.
And anybody who's interested in that, we have, this is just like a side note. If you're curious, if your saddle is holding you back and you want to know, book an appointment to come ride with us so that we can use the Stride device and we can help you assess so that you know and you're not guessing and just blowing money trying to solve the wrong problems or trying to subsidize with solutions that don't last. Okay, so let's get back to this mare right here. So we've got this little exoskeleton.
I
I'm
love
going to
that.
slow it down. Cool, huh? What'd you see?
Off to the left.
Oh,
Sitting,
so
sitting
out of
off to the
position.
left.
Yes, badly.
Do we even know? Did you even realize you were so right now, even though this is at a walk, this is centrifugal force. It is just physics, right? It's the speed of a turn. Even though this isn't a fast turn, you can still see how it's pulling your body to the outside. And that's probably partially due to your riding style. It's probably just a habit that you may or may not be aware of. But what we want to know is how much is it benefiting you? Because sometimes we compensate for a horse's weakness. We compensate for them in a good way. We're not aiming for perfection here, guys. We're aiming for like quality. How can we be the best that we can be and help our horses be the best they can be on any given day? So this right here is very telling. And I also want to look at, let's see where you're. See how your spine went from hard left to hard right?
Yes.
And how many steps did she take to do that?
Oh my gosh, too many for the correct turn.
Thomas? So I think this could get into the rotation. Like we did a simple exercise in mat class today, and it was focused on spinal rotation without our shoulders compensating and without our hips moving the spine. Thomas, what would you say just briefly seeing these first 10 seconds? How does your brain work? Show us through your eyes.
I'd say his hips looked locked, and so he's really having to take it in through his spine and his shoulders. But
They are. I can
Okay,
100%
cool.
agree.
How do you know that, Jens?
Studying myself, I've known that for a while. Like I have some sciatic nerve, and then I did just learn that my SI joints are locked up.
Thomas, I believe
And
you made a
so
comment
I don't have a
about
lot.
SI and sciatic pain in class today. What did you say about tight
Damn, I need
glutes?
Quit squeezing your booties. Quit squeezing your glutes. I mean, there's a time and a place for it, but don't ride around with your glutes squeezed the whole time.
So we're
In the-
learning the flare, what Thomas calls the glute flare. And that is using our glutes in a different way and a much more effective way. Okay, sit right here. Sherry, what do you see? Let's look through your little technical eyes.
Well, and I just want to speak to the, when we're talking about squeezing the glutes in the saddle, and this is something that I learned, I was doing it as a way to try to keep myself in the saddle, and it was actually working against me. It was keeping me on the saddle. So, and I see some collapsing in the right shoulder is dropped. Yes, the feet are uneven. So I think that, the feet and the shoulders line up. And I think you could draw another line across the hips, and you're going to probably see it in all three areas. It just carries down through.
Jens, which barrel do you have the most challenge with, left or right hand turns?
The right hand turns, actually.
I wonder why that is.
It's because I'm dropped to the right side.
Did you know that until looking at it today?
I have, but I never knew how to fix it. So I was always thinking I just need to fix the horse instead of myself. But I knew I had an
Preach.
issue physically. But I'm like, so that's why I'm working on getting to. That's what's causing my issues. It's my first barrel, so it's definitely me. It's never been the horse. So
Preach,
yeah,
preach. Like we all make those same statements. We all just
yeah,
assume it's the horse. I just got to,
yeah.
I got to train these horses. I got to get them worked. I just got to get this horse going. I got to haul this horse more. But how much are we working on ourselves? Typically, we say something prideful, like, and I used to say it, or I used to think it. I'm so damn tough. I can take a licking and keep on ticking. And I would just work through pain. I
Yeah.
prided myself on that. I was completely unaware that I was shooting myself in the boot because my pain was causing that horse to compensate for me. Just
Right.
because you can ride through the pain, when you do the cost, when you step back and look through this lens to realize what it's costing you in time,
Oh,
training
huge.
harder, training longer, buying more horses, vet bills, wasted entry fees, hauling up and down the road, replacing horses. Like it's not behooving us to ride through that pain. Obviously, I think you can make the argument that there's a time and a place for everything. When you get to the American, we're going to help you get there, by the way, pain free. But sometimes we do have to, like, we got to pull it together. We got to ride through it. But this is about learning how to prevent that. How can we truly bring this sport up in integrity and win integrity to be more like other professional sports that take these things a lot more serious and invest in the athlete more than the equipment? So let's keep going. Is this helping anybody else?
Well, and I don't know if Thomas wants to chime in too, but when I first got the Stride device and I saw myself riding in a similar compensation pattern, I'm like, well, I just need to scoot my booty over a little bit to fix it. And that doesn't fix it. You got to pull the
Mm-mm.
onion back a lot deeper to solve that issue.
Well, sure. Again, and people are gonna get frustrated if they just try to imitate the posture. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, I can see that new style, I'll just imitate it. But it's not gonna stick. It's not gonna last. You might get a quick result, but when it doesn't work, you're actually gonna sell yourself short. I'm gonna use Thomas's
Yeah.
phrase, because you didn't stick with it long enough or invest enough time to truly understand how to keep it, how to
Mm-hmm.
make those internal changes here
Yes.
and in your body so that you can keep it. Because we don't want anybody to just take like a quick run, get a quick result, but then not understand how to keep that result and then just assume, well, I tried that program, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It works. You
And
have
Thomas,
to do your due diligence.
you got to fix the stabilizer muscles. Oh, okay.
Kelly,
Yes.
any advice for Jen?
Yeah, I'd really like to see stirrups brought up because I think part of your problem is you're reaching too far for your stirrups. And like I did a demo yesterday, like if you're reaching, you end up squeezing more with your knees, and that actually tightens your hips as well. And so bringing the stirrups up, but allowing those, and that's where you're gonna have to get that mobility, but allowing your hips to come out and rotate as you, instead of just bending your knee sharp. There's like a delay in my screen, but when you're reaching, and you guys can see my whole leg, but if you're reaching for and your knees get too straight, then you end up squeezing everything. And then that's when in the past I've had stirrups too long and I end up squeezing my glutes. Like what Sherry was saying. But so when you bring those stirrups up, don't just bend your knee and expect that to be good enough, because then you'll get knee pain. So you have to let that rotation come from your hips and your outer glutes, which I was very unaware of until Coach Thomas. But having that, letting that rotation come and activating those outer glutes, and then you have that spring and your ability to sit, and it just helps everything from your feet up. When you have access to, again, we talked about having access to your foot in the stirrup, but it starts that chain reaction of your stability, and it puts your center of gravity in your seat versus in your upper body. So
Oh, that's a great segue, because what we see right here, if we could look at your posture right now in this stop, Jens, if the camera were on your side profile, your shoulders are behind your hips. So your shoulders are back behind the cantle of your saddle right now. So you're forfeiting power because your shoulders and your hips are connected. It's like all one thing right now. Your hips, your ribs, and your shoulders are moving like this instead of your hips being able to isolate and roll forward into that stop. So you're using leverage. You're using leverage and your upper body weight to help finish the stop. And we've all done it, especially when we're riding in pain. And so I really want to get you in mat class. So
Yes.
Thomas can help you start dissecting this, like layer by layer. What's holding you back? How do we start changing things? Old fascia patterns, rewiring and re-educating those muscles to have new muscle memory.
Yes.
And can I
Agreed.
share something else too?
Yes, please.
So I have had lower left like chronic back pain from the way that I sat working as a dental assistant and not having proper posture doing that because I didn't really know how to have proper posture in that job because they don't teach you that in dental assisting school. But it's something that in all of my barrel racing runs since I started to have that pain, up until just very recently, it's getting better because of mat class. But all of my runs home, like you would see my horse stop and you would see me, I would see myself. And I don't think anybody else really noticed it too much. Thomas would, and Kendra, you probably would now. But I was like, I always would be like, I'd be compensating for the stop by like, I'd be protecting that lower left back. I'd be kind of shifting my hips to the right, putting my right hip forward because my left hip wants to be forward for other reasons. But to save myself, I developed this compensation pattern of just, and I wouldn't even think about it. My body just does it. I would be pushing my right hip forward to protect my lower left back from hurting more at that hard stop. But I never really put it together that if I'm doing it there, I'm doing it other places in a run as well. It's not just at the stop. And so, again, working with Thomas and getting more mobility and more strength in my left hip. And I used to always think that my left was actually my stronger side because of riding, predominantly with my left hand. And that I felt like everything was kind of just twisted to the left. But actually my left glute, the more we do, the more it gets more sore, and my left hip, like I have less stability than my right. So now, I've realized my left is the weak and my right is compensating for it, which is also just aggravating that whole lower back pain in the left because everything's been pulling to the right all this time. And I've gone to chiropractors, I've had massages, I've had, work done like that, and nothing has ever fixed it. It would maybe even, there were several times where I'd gone to the chiropractor and just leave frustrated because it didn't do any different. The massages helped a little bit more, but nothing ever held. But now it's going away. It's not all the way gone, and I have to practice my posture very consciously all of the time. But that awareness is building and it's going away. The more strong and the more aware I get, the better it's getting. And I'm excited to start watching my runs home and be able to see that I'm not doing that anymore. So, and again, if I'm not doing it there, I'm not going to be doing it in my run where I don't see it happening. So,
and we're learning how to make the changes so we don't re-injure ourselves.
Exactly.
Just moving around, driving in the truck, like feeding buckets, water, like your
and I even
daily
noticed that
routines.
we have a Polaris that I feed in around here, and I get in it and I'm like, my left foot wants to collapse under myself, and I'm sitting on the outside of my left butt cheek, and I'm like, I feed 2 times a day doing that. And so I've been really trying to put your foot back up, flex that outer glute, flare that glute, and that's helping. So it's just amazing how it's such little things, and just the awareness and becoming that much more aware of ourselves and how we use ourselves. It changes your life and your health and your riding. which is,
Yes.
what we all care the most about.
Pop quiz. This is for everybody. And Kelly and I got tagged. We got busted on this one. Pay attention when you're driving your side by side or when you're driving the truck or the tractor. Chances are, if you're like us, you're leaning forward. You put it in drive and you lean forward. Guess what? That truck's going to carry you. You don't have to lean forward.
The funny thing
When
that I've
we,
noticed is if you sit at a stoplight and you watch people turning this way, traffic's coming. If you're waiting to go straight, watch how many people lean when they're turning, lean.
oh,
Which I sorry, I was the other day. I was at a stoplight and I was like, "Oh, that person's actually centered when they're driving," and everyone's like leaning in, leaning in, leaning in.
well, and it
We do
takes
it.
core control. It takes more core, it takes more glutes, it takes activation, it takes awareness. Like if you're not consciously working like to use it, you're gonna lose it. It's gonna go
Yeah.
dormant. You're gonna have muscles that should be working and aren't, and you're gonna have muscles that are overworking for the ones that aren't showing up to the party. Good stuff. Jens, I'm so glad that you sent this in. You have great hands.
Well, thank you. I appreciate all the help and feedback.
Great hands.
Really does help.
Cool horse. Come ride with me, please, so we can put the stride device on. And this might be a little bit premature, but I'm just going to throw it out there. I do want to start collecting data. We have a new prototype. I've been working on a saddle pad for, I don't know, 13, 14 years. And I've made my own little versions here at the ranch, but they were janky, like not what I really want. It was just to test my theory. Well, finally, we have 2 of them. I picked them up yesterday. There are 2 in existence. There's not another saddle pad on the face of the planet like them. We want to be able to do some research and study with the Stride data device. And it would really be ideal for people who have not entered the program yet, so that it's a true accurate test, to do A/B test and collect some data on that. So if you're willing to do that, Jens, I would love to measure the saddle pad to see how much difference does it make. I know I can feel an immediate difference in how my horse's shoulders freed up and my hips were more mobile, and they were able to move more. But I want to see on other horses and other riders to see how much you can detect, and I want to prove it with the data device. Anybody else, would y'all be interested in helping us put together that study? I'm 30 miles north of Dallas. We're in Aubrey up by Denton. Either drop it in the chat or reach out to us on the hotline, 940-291-9090. Don't everybody go getting excited. I want one. I know I want to get you a pad. Manufacturing process is a whole other booger. We've waited for almost a year just to get the first 2 sample pads here. It's not going to be a quick process, but those of you who want on the waiting list, it's going to pay to let us know sooner rather than later, because this is going to take months to really get off the ground. But I want to start with the data. Jen, thank you again for sending this in. We see
you're
it right
so
here.
welcome.
See those hips shifting?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% for helping y'all, so.
Good. Let's get you to the American.
Amen.
I want to go too.
We can go together. That's how I look at it.
Heck yeah. Let's do it. Miley, did we do yours this week? Is Miley here?
No, she typically can't be on.
Yeah, we got a
Okay.
couple
So we're going to do hers
requests.
outside of class?
And
Okay.
Yeah.
Kaylee and
Kaylee.
Mandy asked
Yeah.
if they could go next. I don't know who you had queued up, Kelly.
I don't see Mandy's video. Unless it's in her name. But I know Kaylee's in there, and then Tabitha has a video too, and I think she was
Okay.
on here.
Okay. If anybody wants, if you want to save $50 on private coaching this week, go to reviewmyride.com, use code video, and so you can send in your video. All right.
Is this Kaylee?
Yeah, Kaylee, what horse is this? What are we watching?
So this is my horse, Kimber. I
That's a cool
actually
name.
made this cruise through last night actually. So I
Oh,
think I
sweet.
talked to you the other day, um, telling you about how I had a horse that was very front ended.
Yeah, I remember.
This is her. She gets really forward around the barrel. Um,
She's cool.
yeah, she's super fun.
All right, so we got a little strung out right there.
Yeah.
And
It's
she
so
is sure wanting to like lock you out on that front left shoulder.
Yeah, so on the second barrel, I try, like kicking her further in, and I feel like that kind of makes her blow past it more, and it's hard for me to work on right with her because she's always
Hmm.
wanting to go, go, go. And I tried like last night running her to the fence and try to get her to run straight, and she still like just threw her shoulder down and didn't turn.
So have you heard me use the word subsidize?
I don't think so.
I was taught those things too from when I was a little girl.
Hmm.
That like it's still being taught. Like just pick a spot on the fence, just hustle, just get her by, get her by. Just send her out further, speed up. All of those things, everybody who tells us to do that, they mean well, but it's a
Right.
subsidy. It's not a
Right.
solution. Sometimes it works, but does it last? You
No.
still know, even the best hand that can get a horse by like that and can really get like ride the hair off of them and just squeak past those turns, you still know you're forfeiting something because that sucker's cheating you.
Right.
You know you're forfeiting time on the clock because they're shutting down and shutting you out.
Right.
So by learning how not to just get one by or how to cheat one without them cheating us, we want to help you understand why is she blocking you out in the first place. There's
Right.
got to be a reason. There's an imbalance or a compensation somewhere, either in your body or her body or both. This is where
Right.
it gets very individual. And this is why we have other classes going on at Stall Heights, not just MAC class. Like ideally, we want to get you into one of our other courses. The easiest way for anybody to get started is through MAC class. Okay, let's start
Right.
there. Start coming to that Wednesday barrel call. But there's going to be something that is triggering her. So let's see what we can see right now. When you're close to the camera, our software works better. Right here. So we were working with Karen yesterday. This looks really similar to Karen's approach. Did you watch her review yesterday?
No, I think I didn't.
Okay. So right there. This is really similar to what we just watched, even though you're at a run and Jen's was at a walk.
Hmm.
Do you remember how Thomas was talking to him about his spine? And he
Hmm.
could see where one hip was stuck and his shoulders, his ribs, and his hips were all kind of turning as one instead of turning separately.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in you right now.
Okay.
Can you feel that? Do you feel kind of stiff?
Yeah, it feels like I'm turning, to the right and my body's just kind of pushing outwards. I feel like that's how she runs too because I've tried different times taking her to the left first. And I noticed that when I run her to the left first, my body goes straight to the barrel. But when I
Mm-hmm.
run her to the right, she kind of likes to do like that kind of arc move, and she doesn't
Yeah.
want to go like straight. So it's kind of like twisting my body, which on my other mare, it's not like this. Like I'm more straight and not as twisted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I'm just like I do that because that's the way she is also, shaped and positioned.
Mm-hmm. And I do see how we're like she's coming in pretty round right here.
Hmm.
But if we had the stride device on her right now, we're going to see that her shoulder is really down.
Yeah.
How far down it is, how many degrees. Sherry, you run the stride data classes. I don't know. You look at this a lot closer than I do. How many degrees do you think this mirror is dropped in the front end right now with her withers?
Yeah, I'm not really good with the angles, but I would say she's probably down a good 4 to 5 inches.
Okay. So think about that. The weight of her body at speed and having to switch directions. That's a feat. That is a
Yeah.
physical feat. That's doing something. So, ideally we want to help you learn how to keep her more upright, how to
Right.
lift the withers, not lift the shoulders,
Yeah.
lift the withers. Okay.
Right.
Expand the shoulders, expand the width between the shoulders, how she's using her shoulders coming into this turn without just shutting them down. Because even though she makes a better turn to the right, she's still putting a lot of pressure on her front end. She's still
Right.
locking up in the shoulders.
Yeah, that's what the lady who ran her before, she's letting me run her. She couldn't run her a lot because she was so front-ended with her. And she's kind of been passed around, so I think that might also be a reason why she's dropping down so much, because she hasn't been fully broke.
Mm.
So
There's a lot more to it. There's a lot of layers here. Okay,
yeah,
today we're just starting to take our first investigative look at it. Okay,
right,
stay with us, come to class, because this is going to be a journey. This is not
right,
a magic pill, it's not a magic drill. This is the long run, big picture. Yes, you can get immediate results. I believe after this review today, you're going to go ride that mirror and see a difference. Even based on just watching me ride Sancho, I believe you're going to be able to go out there and think about, now, why did that work? What is she doing? And you can start to experiment. I want you to pay attention. What works, what doesn't.
right,
But we want you, for the best result, we want to help you in class on a regular basis. So
okay,
right here, as this mare is trying to set up for the turn, she is doing what we're learning from our celebrity coach, Chris Irwin. She is starting the turn with her head and neck first.
right,
So she has just flipped to the survival part of her brain. It's in the back. So the amygdala is switched. Anytime they start a turn with their head and neck first, before they do their hindquarters, they're going to switch how their brain is working.
right,
You lose access to both hemispheres.
right,
So they're not going to be thinking too clearly. They cannot problem solve that well. Just like us, we can't when we're in survival mode.
Mhm.
And you'll see that this mare's hind leg is right now, it is way behind her body when it needs
right,
to be underneath her to support her coming into this turn.
yeah,
And that happened because she's trying to start too early with her head and her neck. Kelly, do you see anything different or anything additional you want to add to it?
Yeah, I
Is your
see. I
camera
mean,
on? Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I see the same thing. I do want you, Kaylee, to get your feet on the balls of your feet. And I feel like a broken record because we all do it. And I say that to everyone, but that's going to help you be able to use your seat, just like I was talking to Jen, just like I think every other review we've done this week. Getting on the ball of your foot is going to give you instantly more ability and mobility in your hips and more power in your own seat.
right,
So that, and then because when we're not fully using our lower half of our body, we're depending on our upper body. And that's
right,
exactly what's happening right here. So your horse is going in and you're already kind of leaning
hmm,
with your upper body, and that she drops in the front end and then she's trying to push herself back up. And so then you're getting thrown back in your upper body. So you just
right.
end up in this, you lose them. They go down and you get thrown forward, and then they come around the turn and then they throw you back.
Yeah, that's
You're
exactly how it feels.
exactly. And so in helping your horse learn her posture, which hopefully you do get to come to class and be a part of that and learn those tools to help her with her own posture, that's going to help. But what's going to help you right now is your own posture in your saddle. And it starts with your feet, being on the balls of your feet and really getting your butt cheeks in your saddle, and not and just breaking the habit of relying on your upper body to compensate for your balance, and getting your balance in your feet and your
Right.
seat.
Yep. Yep. Because that's all that's happening in the blink of an eye.
Mhm.
Boom. Your central nervous system, your body just immediately goes in to compensate for this turn.
Yeah.
You feel her going toward the ground. You don't even have to think about it. Your body just naturally tries to counterbalance.
Right.
And then, like Kelly said, that mare's going to come up, then you get left behind, and it's a ping pong effect back and forth. It's not
And then you're
smooth, it's not
grabbing
fluid,
that
it's not
saddle horn for all you
confident.
got.
Yeah, it's not fast. It feels discombobulated. It feels rough. It feels like you're just on very slippery ice going
Right.
downhill.
Work.
Mhm.
Hard work.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you feel like this is going to help you with this horse, Kaylee?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Are you opposed to joining the classes so we can work with you on a weekly basis?
Yes, I was telling my mom, I joined the class Monday, listened to you talking about, how your body position really, mm, you know, it's really important to make sure you're paying attention to what your upper body's doing instead of, like you say, not just always focusing on your legs trying to speed the horse up. And it's like last
Mhm.
night I was really riding in a better position and I noticed my horse was actually getting conditioned better.
Good.
Like she was really driving with her body. And normally during the winter when I work her, she doesn't really sweat, but last night she actually like was breaking a sweat and she was really using her hind end and everything.
Good. So I want to kind of mention something else right here because this may interest you and it may interest somebody else who's watching right now. I'm curious, are you in the 3rd division with this horse? Are you in the 3D?
So normally with her, I am in the 40.
Okay. And how often would you say you hit a barrel?
Um, kind of in the middle between, I feel like it's kind of pretty often. If I usually hit a barrel, it's either, the second or the third.
Okay.
Most of the time, it's the third.
Okay. The fastest way to expedite your results, we have another class called the 3D Escape Plan.
Mhm.
It is okay to join, even if you're in the 4D. I want you in that digital clinic library so that you can see how to start setting this horse up differently so that
Okay.
you can get access to the barrel pattern,
Okay.
the step-by-step visuals. It's going to make a lot of sense. It's going to tell you what to do with your hands, your feet, how to adjust your reins, how to adjust your stirrups, and it's going to give you visuals that you can put beside the barrel and you can help this horse set up so that you don't feel like you're behind the 8 ball. You don't feel like you're
Right.
late. It's going to
Yeah.
improve your timing, your pattern, her posture. And then when you get to come to the live coaching calls, it compounds. You're going to get quicker results when you take that path. So anybody else interested in that, when you combine the two and you can choose 3D escape plan, 1D fast track, talk to your advisor. That's why we're here. Text the hotline 940-291-9090. We're here to help customize a plan that works for you. You're not going to talk to a robot. You're not going to just watch like webinars and recordings. We have those. That's why we have them. So you can watch them again and again and again and again at whatever time of the day or night it makes sense for you. But we also have the live coaching to go with it
Right.
and the muscle activation classes. So when you combine the two, you'll save. You'll get a 25% discount. Is that right, Kelly? When you do the BOGO?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And I
When you do
just
the
put
bundle?
both links in the comments. So I put
Okay.
the 3D by itself and then the bundle link as well.
Okay. That's where you get the biggest bang for the buck. So you can start
Okay.
seeing more. And that's not for everybody. Some people are like, hey, I don't know you. I just want to I want to get to know you first. I want to get results nice and easy. Okay, fine. Come to Matt class. But if you know you want more and you need more, like right now, let's get going. What's stopping you? Okay. We can definitely speed up the results. Let's go. All
Okay.
And
right.
those are monthly subscriptions. So that's your per month. And as long as you keep an active enrollment, you get that 25% off rate every month. So just so for
Yes.
Okay.
everyone who's
Do you know how much
here.
it is with the discount?
I don't know. Sherry's got the math quick. I'm not the numbers queen.
For the
So what?
bundle, that's 190.
Yeah, so it's 167 if you do the 3D escape plan separately. It's 97 for Mac. When you put them together, you save 25%.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. And
For my,
please
yeah.
keep this video.
I will.
Please. Because you will not recognize yourself and you won't recognize this horse.
Right.
Like it is wild. The transformation. You will you'll feel like you just hit like the jackpot.
Yeah.
the mega millions.
And
Yeah.
she's only
I mean,
16. She's got a
girl,
lot of records to
if
break.
I could start this at 16,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
yeah, that's your advantage.
My other mare, she's all cow bred, and so she's really good at the barrels. Like she's very good in the small arenas too.
Mhm.
But I usually have no problems with her because she wants to go in there and work and do her job and everything. So
Well, let's keep her that way.
yeah,
Let's invest in you. Let's improve you. Let's improve
yeah,
your timing, your depth perception, your understanding of what's going on in your body, so that
right,
because you're young, you're going to have a lot of horses in your career.
right,
And I want you to be able to make everyone better with every single ride. So we
right,
want to give you the tools and the knowledge and the experience to do that. That's what we're here for. So welcome
right.
aboard, young lady. Let's go. Did that help anyone else watching Kaylee? Do you have a horse that blocks the shoulder and locks you out? Tabitha? Did I hear that right? Is Tabitha here today?
She was. I think she might have left.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see her unless she's
We
one of
got
the.
Karen. Miley's not here. What about Taylor, Shanna, or Laura? Those already been done? You've already done
Yeah,
those,
we
it
did
looks like.
those. Yeah, we did
Okay.
those.
Okay.
And Mandy's back. I don't know if she can unmute and tell us if it's in her folder or not.
Okay. Who are we looking for?
Mandy, but it may be in her folder.
Oh,
Okay.
that was for me. I had hopped onto her phone and was doing
Okay.
mine. So
So we got it. Okay.
yeah, my mom was just on there watching too, so that way she can kind of understand everything as well.
Great. Great.
I
All
appreciate your
right.
help.
You're welcome. We're excited for you. Oh, to be
Thank you.
16 again.
Yeah.
You're gonna
It's fun.
have a lot less unlearning to do. So good for you. We will celebrate. We will live vicariously through you. That's good stuff. Really good stuff. All right. We have 21 people on this call. I know we've got more people watching replays at a later time. We're still working with Pixelworks of Texas to stream on webcast on Barrel Horse World. So if you're watching at any point in the future and you want real-time personal help with your horse, reach out to us. You will talk to a pro advisor or a certified coach, one of us, either me or someone on my team, at area code 940-291-9090. Based on what you have seen, those of you who are here right now on this call, based on what you have witnessed this week, how does this measure up for you? How does this compare to traditional clinics or traditional training that you've done? Give us some feedback.
Hey,
Talk to me, Leanne.
so I kind of feel that it's great to go to a clinic. It's great to get, but you always end up getting like one or two things. But when you go through your program or when you go through even just the free parts that we go through, and then if we get lucky enough to get through class and things, the benefit, just like you said, oh, what it would be like to be 16 again and get this same information. It's the biggest life-changing, altering event that you could possibly do for yourself, in every walk of life. I just can't believe how many horses I could have helped, or that you look at what I'm currently doing or what I tried to fix in the last year. But it made me realize just how much more, or how much more beneficial it would have been just to plunge all in. So the folks that are on the fence thinking about whether you wanted to plunge all in, I have held off on going out there again, just for the pure fact that I knew I had to work on myself, and that it is about changing the way I see it, or how I feel when I get back out there on the horse every single time. It's a lot to put. I don't think you can do it just in a month or 2 months or 3 months even. I really feel that's something you have to work with your coaches to
Yes.
benefit from.
Well, and I'm glad you said this, because you're in one of our like top percentile of people, of riders who have followed us when we started this online journey and started doing online clinics and challenges and events and classes. And I mean, you've come to so many of them. You are listening, you are making changes. And I'm so thankful that you spoke up, and you spoke up for other horses, not just your own, right? It is an ongoing journey. You can participate as much as you want or as little as you want. For us who are in it, we don't want to stop. I never want to plateau myself again. I don't want to sell myself short. I don't want to sell my horses short. And Leanne, when we used to have like you would buy the 21 days of attunement, you could buy a 21-day course or a 6-month course, or a 7-day course. Well, yes, those helped. But what we saw was that people would come and just say, well, I did that. I checked that box. And then they would revert back to their old style. So that's why we have gone now to a monthly subscription with a lower price. So everybody can say, you know what, that is doable. I can do that. And you continue to come to class, because it's not realistic to think you're going to hear something or see something one time or even 15 times and be able to apply it, to be able to do it. So it helps to participate and be in the community and be in the conversations, because I'm still having my revelation moments where I'm like, whoa, I thought I had my head wrapped around that, but I didn't. I just experienced a brand new level of comprehension and experience and breakthrough with it. So yeah, I'm glad that you said that. So anybody watching new, don't hold out. The sooner you get started, the further you're going to be ahead. Who's talking to me? I hear someone.
That's true. This is Lori Ramey.
Hey.
How are you? Good.
Good.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is, one of our coaches, and Kendra, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but she said, and I've heard it elsewhere too, that growth happens at the edge of support and challenge. And I love that, because it's so true. When you don't have enough support, it's really hard to face the challenges, and to really grow. So when you go to a clinic, that's not my thing, because, for me, that's not where I'm going to put my money and then go home and not have that support. Because yes, I can take notes, I can write notes after, and learn a few things, but there's really not the support that we have here at Stall High. And I've been with you for, I don't know, it'll for well over a year, and I continue to grow, and I am slower. My dad used to tell my brother and sisters and me that I was slightly retarded, so I'm a little bit slower. Um, but I have also seen so many little successes put together from all of our coaches at Stall High, and I love your continued support. I never feel like I'm not wanted, or unloved or not
Yeah.
growing or whatever. And I just really appreciate you. And I do recommend this, your program for other people, because there is support with those challenges that we're facing to grow.
Well, I'm sure your dad may have meant to be funny. Like he probably wasn't saying that to be mean. He was probably
No,
saying
not
that
to
to
be
just,
mean.
yeah, just my dad was a jokester and he would say stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like in love, no disrespect to him. Like, I think the opposite. You are advanced. You process very well. And I know I can recognize people who process well because I read their horses. I see how your horses move. I watched that mare when you brought her here. I watched your big Appaloosa. Like, that's not a fluke. You horses just doesn't happen. They don't ride that well and respond that well to riders who aren't advanced. So you came here knowing something. You came here doing something. So thank you for not being so prideful. There's going to be people who get it. We've got people on here right now like, I love it. I found my people. Like, this feels right to me. Finally, a place where I can get answers, and not just spoon-fed answers, but real answers that sink in and I can understand and I can do this. There's going to be some people that don't care to change. They care to defend a tradition. They want to work harder, pat themselves on the back for doing more. I'm doing more. I'm doing the work. I'm putting in the hours on my horse, doing all this. Okay, I'm not going to stop you. But if you're not working on yourself, what are you really accomplishing? Are you burning money?
Right.
Are you burning daylight? My daddy would say, stop burning daylight.
Yeah, right.
When you're wasting time, you're wasting money. He was really big on that. But yeah, it works. The program works, guys. And Lori, I'm just really proud that you continue to show up. You're supportive as well. Like, you're part of this message being broadcast just by showing up and saying, I vouch for it.
Yes,
It's working
I do.
for me. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because
And
there's
you
going to
all
be
have
riders that hear it.
specialties.
That's the
You all
beauty
have
of it.
talents. They're different talents, but we all have our place. And like Kelly, she is able to put things into words that just floors me. And Sherry, she's got that analytical mind, and you're very practical, and I'm going to say, Thomas, I could just go right on down the line. But you're just, the talents are so diversified, and we're all different with different talents. And it really feels like a family, a supportive family, and we are growing together.
Yes, we are.
Appreciate you.
And it's okay. Thank you, Lori. It's okay, guys. You don't have to be running barrels. If you're at the level where you're walking or you don't even have a horse, we've got some people coming into MAC class now that don't even ride horses, just because they're seeing the change in us. My family has been asking, and I'm like, you want to come to class? Come to class. Because it changes your awareness of how you're doing everything in life, whatever it is you do, whatever your day job is and your pastime and your recreation. You're capable of more. You can do it even better. We want you to start understanding how to use your body differently and activate those muscles. That's the best place to start. Anybody else? Based on what you saw this week, do you feel like this program would help you with your horse? Do you feel like you have found a home? You have found answers? Good, Kaylee.
Patty says, love this community has helped me so much.
Y'all take a screenshot right here. Here's how you're going to get started. Even though my dry eraser got erased a little bit. Somebody please type it in the comment section. Rodeoga.com will take you right to the sign up page so that you can enroll. You can choose your level. Right now you can start at $97 a month and you get the Wednesday barrel coaching call included. Try it. Cancel anytime if you don't love it and if you don't get results. But my experience tells me you are going to find more answers than you even realized existed. That is certainly true for me. I can vouch for that. Sherry, did I forget anyone or anything today? This has been a fun challenge.
Yeah, not that I can think of, but I just want to emphasize like how important that ongoing coaching is. And, you know, and we get to ride together and I get to see Thomas weekly too. And I'm always amazed and so the things that I get busted on that I think I'm doing and I'm not. And I'm not doing it exactly the way I think I'm doing. And, you know, that is a key to continuing to improve is to have that challenge and that feedback and that support on, you know, on a regular basis.
Yes,
I just want to
it
say
makes a
that this
difference.
class has been, yes, sorry about that, Kendra. This class has been amazing for me and life-changing, this whole program. And so I really have goals set and I feel confident and I know I'll be able to achieve them with what I'm being taught. And it feels really good. And I just want to share it with everybody, but you know, not everybody wants to, you know, hear it, but I do want to share it with everybody because I am so just proud of the results I've had with so many different aspects of everything.
You're doing it, lady. You are just like taking this bull by the horns. Like it's going down for real. NFR 2028. And
NFR 2028.
You understand like that takes a commitment. You're showing up, you're listening, you're participating, you're doing it. And something you said right when you started talking, I'm like, man, that is so good. Like it makes me think about other sports. Like let's just take golf or basketball or football. All of the greats who make it, do they make it on their own, guys?
No.
No.
They need coaching. Yes.
They have a coaching staff.
Yeah.
A team.
Yes.
Do they make it by just going to some workshops? I don't think they're called clinics in golf. But do you think Tiger Woods got to be Tiger Woods by going to a couple of workshops and asking his buddies how to the best position and the best posture for the golf club? No. He has had the best of the best coaches since day one and the opportunity. So he understands the value, not just him, but look at any professional athlete at the top of their game. If that's where you want to go, if that's truly where your heart wants to take you, do you want to try to gut it out the traditional way and learn on your own or subsidize by a little quick tip here or a little free tip online or a little 2-day workshop clinic here or there? Or do you want ongoing support?
Yes.
Is your horse worth it?
2 of the girls that came to Matt class this morning are going to sign up that do not ride. They do not ride.
I love that.
So I'm super excited. They don't ride. Both of them are dog groomers. We struggle with our posture, the pain in our bodies. You know, I mean, I've been grooming 35 years. The other lady's been grooming longer than me. And then Maria had been grooming. She's been grooming about 10 years. And I mean, yes, they said they're signing up. Like it makes a difference. So I'm really happy about that.
I'm really happy about that. Our little Mac class is growing. We are small, but we
It
are
is
mighty. And we are taking on the
very
horse
mighty.
world. And now we're expanding to the dog world.
The dog
Dog
grooming.
groomers,
Yep.
look out. Yes,
Look
I love
out.
it.
Yep. It's getting
Good
real.
stuff. Really good
Yes.
stuff. All right. I love you guys. It's been an honor to be here. Thank you all for showing up. And I look forward to seeing everyone in class to whatever capacity makes sense. If you have questions, if you want more, we got more. Text us 940-291-9090. I'm going to challenge you to rethink everything you've ever been taught about barrel racing. I want you to rethink this challenge. That is my personal challenge to you. Don't just take the free spoon-fed information. Digest it, marinate it, test it, ask why. And don't ask why one time. Keep asking why. Take responsibility for the results you're getting or not getting. And even if you have an unlimited budget and you can continue to buy the big fancy horses and just continue to provide every single thing they need to stay at optimum level of performance, are you the kind of rider that's willing to continue that and put that same amount of effort into yourself to be the best for them that you expect them to be for you? I think once you hear it that way and you really think about it and you really look at our sport, yeah, we might say we're doing it, but are we? It's a new day. It's a new era, and it's about to be a new year. Take it seriously. Get in whatever class makes the most sense to you, and let's get cracking at it. I love y'all.
Hey, I have one more question right quick before
Thank
you
you.
hop off. Sorry.
Yeah, is that Kaylee?
Yes. In the courses, so y'all do like I had two mares, so I didn't know if y'all do more than one horse in the courses and everything, or
That's the beauty of it, Kaylee. Once you learn these things, you'll have them with you forever. It's rinse and
right.
repeat. I used to sell horses at goldbucklebarrelhorses.com. It's on the top of that trailer over there. That's what I did. That was my main source of income until I started Stall High. And
Right.
I was pretty dang good at it. And I competed. I used to sell horses as my primary income. That's what I did. Now I want to teach you how to make those horses. I'm giving you
Right.
my recipe. I'm going to hand you the blueprint. It is rinse and repeat if you want to. For those of you who want a side hustle or you would love for this to be your full-time job, I'm going to give it all to you. It's in the courses. Sign up, watch them. That's why we pre-record it, so we don't have to continue to have the same conversation every single class. We get to help people individually. But that's why it's all in there. So choose what
Right.
path makes the most sense to you. Once you learn it, apply it on every horse you ride.
Right.
It's going to make sense from here on forward. My little Nana used to
Right.
say about education, because education was not an option in my family. She said, I don't care what you do, pick something. I'm paying for it. You're going to school. Stephen F. Austin, here I went. I didn't give a flip about school. I wanted to be at the barn. I wanted to be with my horses. But she made me go, and she paid for my college education. And she said, I don't even care if you never use it, baby girl. She said, but you got it. Nobody's ever going to take it from you. Nobody can ever take your education, ever. It gives you choices. It gives you choices in life. So you don't get stuck. And I don't want anybody to get stuck. I don't want anybody to repeat my mistakes that I've made with horses. I don't want anybody else's horses to go through my mistakes if they can be repeated. And y'all are the smart ones. You're here. You're receptive to learn. You're open. You're hungry for it. Good. Stay latched on, and it'll pay off for you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. I'll see you in class.
All right.
Bye, everybody.